Q1 is the conference season for many wine marketing professionals. It's the learning season, the recalibration season, and maybe, if I've been doing my job right, it's the we should really fix that automation season. Everything feels spacious. But Q2 is game time. And if you have been strolling through Q1 without mapping what's coming, Q2 is gonna hit you like a jump scare. Suddenly it's release season, club shipments, event weekends, tourism traffic, and all of a sudden you're not planning, you're reacting. You duplicate last year's campaigns. You oversend because you're nervous. You hustle to hit numbers instead of projecting them. Boo, hiss, boo. So today I'm going to give you a framework to plan Q2 intentionally so you can move from reactive chaos to strategic revenue without frying your nervous system in the process. Welcome to the Email Mavens YouTube channel, the place for winery owners and marketing pros who want to sell more wine online by sending better marketing emails. I'm Erica Walter, founder and CEO of Email Mavens, and I've planned my fair share of Q2s. April, May, June, for those of you on different fiscal calendars. Planning Q2 successfully comes down to 5 things. We're gonna identify your must-wins, map your revenue moments, prioritize automation before push and pray, and build margin into your calendar. Let's break each of these items for success on down. First, identify your must-wins. Before you open a calendar, you need to decide what actually has to crush it in Q2. Not everything is equal. A must-win campaign is an initiative that materially impacts revenue or retention. For most wineries, this might look like spring release weekend, a club release, your Memorial Day promotion. Okay, for most of you, Memorial Day promotion is definitely a must-win. How about a major event weekend or a membership push? Now remember, if everything is important, nothing is important. So pick 2 to 4 must-wins for Q2. Those get the most energy, the most prep, the most support. Everything else kind of ladders up to your must-win campaigns. Now, this move alone reduces burnout because now you're not treating every Tuesday like a high-stakes send. Next, map revenue moments with real math. I want you to take a look at release dates, club shipment dates, tasting room traffic spikes from the previous year, events, tourism patterns. Look at all of that. And that's where most wineries stop. They map some dates, but they don't map revenue projections. Instead of saying, we're sending 8 emails in Q2, say, our average revenue per recipient is $1.20. With an email list of 10,000, we can project that every sales campaign is worth roughly $12,000. Boom. Now, when you can say that, you can project. If we run 3 must-win campaigns at $12,000 potential, that's $36,000 in opportunity. Planning becomes strategic, not reactive. But to do this, you have to know your revenue per recipient. It's one of the simplest tools to remove emotional guessing from email planning. Knowing your revenue per recipient helps you forecast. It helps you set expectations. It helps you advocate internally. And most importantly, your revenue per recipient as a metric helps you benchmark against yourself. Now you're not hoping Q2 goes well. You've got your crystal ball, you're looking into it, and you're calling your revenue shot at the front end instead of making it halfway through the month, not being on pace, and panic sending a discount that hurts everything else you had planned for the quarter. If I seem emotional, it's because I have seen it happen. Resetting my emotional levels here for a second, my nervous system. Now we're going to prioritize automation. Before you add 8 push and pray campaigns, ask, are your automations doing their job? If your welcome flow is converting, if your post-purchase automation is upselling, if your re-engagement programming is list cleaning, then you don't need to oversend in your batch campaigns to hit your numbers. Strong automation creates a revenue floor, and then your campaigns become accelerators instead of lifelines. This is where many wineries experience burnout. It's because they're relying on campaigns to carry the whole quarter, and that's exhausting. Automation should create your baseline. What? My job. Now the fun stuff, assigning monthly themes to create narrative flow. This is when you open the calendar. Can you believe we're only 3 steps into this training and I'm only just telling you to really open a calendar? By the way, I have this yoga instructor that I follow on YouTube named Kaylee Alyssa, and sometimes in a class, we won't do a downward dog until like 3/4 of the way through class, and she'll be like, can you believe it? That's me now. Anyway, instead of disjointed promos, you are going to assign monthly themes. For example, April, spring release and club shipment. May, Memorial Day and travel season. June, summer kickoff and events. When themes exist, writing your marketing email copy becomes easier because you're not inventing, you're reinforcing. And every campaign ties back to a must-win or a seasonal revenue driver. That creates cohesion, and cohesion reduces creative fatigue for you and decision fatigue for your subscriber. Hey-o! Finally, leave margin. This is the most overlooked step for serious senders. For wineries just getting started with emails, this might apply a little bit less to you, but regardless, when you're looking at your marketing calendar, do not fill every other day or even every week. Leave space for things like flash opportunities, inventory pivots, weather-driven pushes, PR moments. If your calendar is jam-packed, any surprise feels like chaos. It's like calendar Jenga where you're moving this here and this has to go here. Nightmare. But when your calendar has margin, surprises can actually start to feel like an opportunity to flex that strategy muscle. Burnout isn't about volume sometimes. Sometimes it's actually about rigidity. Pro tip, you can even project some of these opportunities and set them up as gap closers when starting your planning process so that you're ready to pull the trigger when the time comes. We have templates for several of these campaigns inside of the Email Tasting Room template library in Mavens On Demand. So let's put this all together. If Q2 feels overwhelming, here's your reset. Decide your must-wins, map revenue expectations with RPR, review and prioritize automations first, assign monthly themes, and leave margin. That's how wineries plan without burning out. These foundations help you plan smarter, project where revenue is going to come from, and start from a place of clarity instead of franticity. Yeah, I'm making that a word. Let's state the obvious. Most wineries know they should plan ahead. The difference is actually building the calendar and pressure testing it. If you know what you should be doing, but have a hard time actually implementing, either because of competing demands or lack of time or lack of clarity, we help you overcome all of that inside of Mavens On Demand. Our monthly masterclasses help you get a deep dive on email marketing best practice and next level strategy. But in our weekly group coaching, we're doing the work together. We identify must wins. We map revenue projections. We stress test automation. And our email tasting room template library gives you many of the most effective marketing email layouts and strategic prompts as the starting point, instead of you having to start from scratch, because we love time saving. If you want help building Q2 strategically, we'd love to see you inside of Mavens On Demand. The link to learn more and join is in our description and on the screen. Click, type, go, and get in the room with us. One more thing. If you would prefer a visual roadmap of how campaigns and automation work together across the year, download our Winery email marketing playbook for freezies. Until next week, keep pressing send on your next best strategically planned email, so you can move from reactive chaos to, dang it, Memorial Day and travel season. I hit the table when I did that. Do you think that matters? Good. May